that is so exciting when the month ends on a Friday, right? Hopefully some of you guys pop on this morning, because this will probably be my last live in this group for now. Sorry, I'm always clearing my voice on here. Like I said, I really, really hate talking to myself. So I hope that some people start to pop on. Hey, Amber, you caught me live. Did you get the notification? Hopefully you did. Good morning, Liz. I am literally just so dang excited to see you in Marco. Guys, my friend Liz just popped on here, and she, her and I have literally been friends since middle school, and she is going to be in Marco Island at the same time as me, and I'm just so dang excited. It's been way too long. Pretty sure I just like roll stop that stop sign and a cop is behind me. So there's that. Besides the fact that I'm a cop wife. Anyway, guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about why you can, and to just let you know that this will probably be the last live video that I'm going to do on here, at least for a while. But if you're popping on, say good morning. If you are watching the replay, let me know. Give me some emojis or tell me how your month end is going. Okay, tell me how your month end is going. Ran 3 miles yesterday. Good job, Jesse. I'm so jealous. My husband was not home yesterday afternoon, so I did not get to go run because it was 104 at my lunch break, and I did that on Monday and was like, no, I can't do that again. So hopefully I will get to catch up this morning. Good morning, y'all, or this weekend, sorry. So yeah, I'm still hustling for month end, so don't feel like I'm sitting back here like not doing anything. I am following up with all the people to close out my month end, as well as getting all of my orders together for first thing tomorrow morning. So I am excited. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about reasons why you can be successful, because a lot of times as women, we put it in our mind that we can't. And all of that comes down to a mind shift. So we look for reasons why we can't instead of reasons why we can. Okay? And I think that is, I mean, at least for me, I definitely still get in that mindset sometimes, and it's really got to be a mindset shift to think about reasons why you can instead of thinking about reasons why you can't. Same thing for like thinking about all the things that, or getting upset about all the things that would go wrong instead of getting excited about all of the things that can go right. It's all about a mindset shift. So some reasons why people think that they can't. There's 3 of them. Time, external resources, and lack of experience. So I'm going to talk about why you can do these things despite saying that you don't have enough time or using that as an excuse. External resources and lack of experience. So for time, I want you to think about how often you spend time thinking about how much you don't want to do something instead of just doing it. For instance, I really, really, really hate unloading the dishwasher when I get home from work, because it's just like, I know that I'm going to have all these dishes to put in the sink, and the dishwasher's probably been ran because ain't nobody got time to hand wash bottles. Praise Jesus, we're trying to get her off the bottles, but I really hate it. So a lot of times I'll spend time doing a bunch of other stuff that doesn't matter, or thinking about not wanting to do it rather than just doing it. So I spend more time I spend more time thinking about not wanting to do it than it would actually take the time to do it. So that for your business, for example, you may spend more time in your head thinking about why you don't want to reach out to these people to join your team rather than just doing it. That would take 15 seconds, right? And so we've got to realize that most of us do have enough time if you are being productive and if you are doing income producing things. But we get in our own head and make excuses, and that takes up more time than actually just doing the things, right? Action in your business or action in your life is going to bring clarity to you. It's going to make you feel better, even if it's scary when you first do it, okay? But consistent action is going to bring confidence. Everybody is scared to start this business or recruit their first person or reach out to their dream team member. Everybody is scared, but you can either use that time being scared and thinking about why you don't want to do it instead of creating action, which is going to create momentum, which is going to bring you to where you want to be, and doing consistent action that's going to bring you confidence. Because guys, nobody is just confident as soon as they start something. I mean, if they are, then great, but I was not born with that confidence. I've had to build it, or I've just had to put that shit to the side and realize that I'm not going to get where I want to be if I don't just do it. Be like Nike, just do it, man. Get out of your own head, right? So consistent action is going to bring you confidence. If you are only asking one person to join your team a month, you're not going to be confident. If you are not consistently following up with your customers and consistently building relationships with your leaders, you're not going to be confident in it. If you're only doing coaching calls twice a month and then you don't do them next month, you're not going to be confident in it. So you're going to waste more time thinking about why you can't do the things instead of just doing the things, right? So time is something that holds us back, or why we say that we can't, but we can. We are in control of our time, not your kids, not your husband, not anything else. You control where, well, that's awkward. There's cones in the middle of the road. You decide where your time goes and what you give your time to. So make that decision, okay? The next thing that people say that they can't do something and why you can is they say that they have a lack of external resources, okay? What I mean by that in your business, some people may blame their sponsor. Some people may blame lack of training. Some people may blame Scentsy for something. I don't know. Guys, get out of your own way and go do the things. Because a lack of external resources, a lot of times when we're talking about this business, when you say lack of resources, that means it's just having a conversation. So if you need to go out and do a home party, but you're saying that you can't do it because you don't have anybody to watch your kids, well, that's not a lack of resources. That's a lack of you having a conversation with someone to ask them to watch your kids. That's you not having the conversation with your sponsor to ask them to help you get trained on something. A lot of times it's not for a lack of resources, it's for a lack of having a conversation with somebody. Because if you're not having a conversation with your husband or your mama or your grandma or whoever needs to watch your kids so that you can go do the things, that's your fault. I've not grown this business by sitting back and saying, well, I can't go work in my office because I have my kids. No, I ask for help from people when I need it so that I can go do the things. My kids get watched by my in-laws, by my parents, by my husband, so that I can go and work my business. But they are not mind readers. You have to have that conversation. And the other thing I want to say about lack of external resources, and I'm probably going to piss somebody off by saying that, is lack of information is a freaking choice. Period. I'm going to say it again. Saying that you don't have the information, that is a flippin' choice. Because guys, if you are choosing to not know something right now in this world where everything is Googleable, I can't even say that word, or you can look it up on YouTube, or you can look it up on the workstation, or you can look it up, then you are choosing to be ignorant. And I'm not saying that to be ugly. I am literally saying that because there is almost absolutely everything you could possibly need on the internet for free. For free. So if you don't know how to do a flippin' Facebook party, then you need to go find the information. That is not for a lack of external resources, because there are 1,000 videos on YouTube about how to do a Facebook party. Do not tell me that you don't know how to put a system in place. I've done 3 videos on it. They're on my YouTube channel. Don't say you don't know how or what to put in them. I've done a training on it. They're on my YouTube channel. I've even given you my Google Drive so that you can literally take all of the things that I spent hours and hours and hours putting together. They're right there in front of you. So if you are saying that it's a lack of external resources, that is a choice. Because everything is out there pretty much that you could want. And you know what? When it's not, I created it. But there are very few things out there that you can't find information on the internet, period. And the last thing that holds people back that say that they can't when they really can is a lack of experience. Guys, most people that join this business didn't have experience in all of the things that we need to do in this business. Maybe you came from a sales background. Maybe you came from those types of things. Maybe you did. But for me, I'm a flippin' teacher. I don't have any experience in network marketing. I just love the product and I've freaking learned. And honestly, anybody that knows me knows that I would much rather work with 4th graders than adults. All the time. All day, every day. But I love this business because it's made me who I am. And I've learned so much from it. So lack of experience is not a choice. Every single one of us have learned to walk and learned to talk and learned to change our wax and learned to do all of the things. So if you are saying that it's a lack of experience, that is just an excuse. Excuses are a choice as well. Thank you, Bailey, for adding that. We all make excuses. And it just depends on how... That's awkward. It just depends on how long we're going to stay there. None of us knew what we were doing when we started this business. Chloe and I had no idea what we were doing. And so many of the rest of you had no idea what you were doing. None of us. Like, it's okay. I really hate that, like, my face looks like this, so I'm about to move. I'm parking in a different parking lot today because it's closer to my classroom. Sorry, guys. Awkward. Okay, so nobody knew what we were doing when we first started. We've learned along the way. And I know that the tip for today was training yourself. Guys, if you stop training yourself, if you stop doing personal development, if you stop watching training videos, your business is going to die or you're going to stay real stagnant, because I was there. I wasn't tuning into trainings. I was making excuses that I was too busy, or I just was like, I've got all the other things to do, and I'm about to talk about that here in a second. But we decide who we are and who we get to be, and like all the things. You get to decide all of that for yourself. So if you are in your head saying that you can't, it's because you have decided that. Not anybody else. You have. Sorry, it's like the setting was messed up. You have decided that. So you need to get out of your own way and do the things. Do the things. There's room for every single one of you as a superstar director. Period. When you are feeling real bad, and I'm going to challenge you guys to do this today in the comments. When you're feeling real bad about yourself, or you're feeling like you can't, raise your hand if you've ever done that. Or raise your hand or give me an emoji if you've ever looked at somebody in Scentsy and felt like you could never get there, or you compare yourself and you feel really bad, or you have a setback and you just like feel really bad and you feel like you can't do it. I know, and I hope and pray that that's not just me. That's not just me. And I went through a lot of trauma a few years ago, and I'm still kind of going through those things now. And one thing that I did that really helped me through that was making a list of the things that happened to me that made those feelings valid, because I felt like a lot of times I would feel like I would get in my head and be like, well, really, should I feel this way? Like, should I feel this way? Or then I would feel guilty for feeling that way, right? So in Scentsy, the way that I have like channeled that into that when I'm feeling like I can't achieve something is I make a list of all of the achievements that I have accomplished that I never thought that I could do. When I first joined, I never thought that I could sell 2,000 PRV in a month. When I first joined, I never thought that I could earn an incentive trip, etc. So make a list of all of the things that you thought that you couldn't do, but you did. And put that somewhere in your planner to remind yourself that you can do hard things and that you can reach these goals. And that when the devil is in the back of your head telling you that you can't, that's because he wants you to stay frozen. He wants you to stay frozen instead of continuing to move. And that's the only way that you rise in this business, is by continuing to move. So I'm going to challenge you to that again. I want you to write down all of your achievements that you thought that you could never do, but you did anyway. And that doesn't just come from Scentsy. So, I mean, most of us have all went through things in our life that we never thought we would survive. Raise your hand if that's you. I know me. I can tell you for a fact, the only reason why I'm still alive today is because of my son. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. And I know some people are like, oh my God, I can't believe that she admits that. No, guys, real life. If I didn't have my son, I would not be alive today. He saved my life. And I'm alive and fucking killing it. And I'm sorry for dropping the F-bomb first thing in the morning, but I'm alive and I'm killing it because I survived something that I never thought I would survive. And I'm alive. And I rose above every single thing that has happened to me. Everything that has happened to me. And I'm going to tell you right now, the person that caused me all that trauma, and the person who still causes me anxiety, and the person who beat the mess out of me was on my street last week. And I had no idea. But I survived, and I can take control of that. So get out of your own damn way. No one just arrives at success. No one. Everybody has something that they go through. People are going through things right now that you have no idea about it. I'm going through things right now that some of my best friends don't know about because I don't want to talk about it with them. Amber, I am so proud of you. Addiction has such a big place in my heart, and recovery. Like, I'll reach out to me because that's amazing, and I want to cry for you. Like, I probably will. So No one just arrives at success. We are all going through things. The only difference between someone who is at the top and someone who has not gotten there yet is the amount of times that we failed and the amount of times that we did something about it when we failed. You have a choice. You can either fail and freaking stay there, or you can use that and rise. Brittany, I was married to a heroin addict, and that's my son's biological father. So 100% you can reach out to me because I've been there, and I 100% agree with you. The hardest thing I ever did was leave. 100%. The only difference is how many times we failed. Okay? So, you've got to rise above it. And I know some people really, really get so caught up in comparison. And yeah, girl, Melanie, I know. I was with mine for almost 10. It was rough. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that this morning. But you guys, you women are freaking warriors. You guys are warriors. And don't y'all dare let a man or any other relationship, it doesn't just have to be with a man, with your mother, with your sister, with your dad, with anybody. Don't you dare let that situation kill your business and kill you as a person. Don't you dare let them do that, and don't you dare give them that power. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay there, guys. Put those big girl panties on and let's freaking go. Let's go and freaking kill it. Okay? So, a lot of times people will compare themselves to people. I am sure that people have compared themselves to me or to Chloe or to Katie Farner or to Steffi Marlboro. Like, all of those people, I feel like almost everybody in the world compares themselves, right? Well, you can choose to compare yourself and say that you can't, or you can reframe that comparison. Because I think that at least for me, I don't feel like there's ever a way for me to just completely not compare myself. But I can reframe that comparison. Instead of using that as a reason why I can't do that and getting in a negative mindset, I can take it and turn it and make it into something positive. I can celebrate that woman. I can celebrate her and be so freaking proud of her and then do it my own way. I can use that comparison to serve me instead of using it to freeze me. I can use it to serve me and move instead of using it to freeze me, right? Because I do want to quit my job, and that hadn't really been a goal of mine for a while, and now it is. And so I want to get to where Chloe is. So instead of comparing myself to her and saying that I cannot do it, I can use that and I can celebrate her. I can learn from her, and I can use it to serve me well and to move in the right direction instead of staying stuck. Because if I stay stuck I stayed stuck in 2018 because I chose to. Because I was in my own head. I had a lot of things going on. I made excuses, and I let my fear, my comparison, my depression, my anxiety, I let all of that freeze me instead of letting it move me. Sometimes the hardest thing I ever did was get out of the bed. But the second you start moving is the second you start changing your life and changing your business. You've just got to keep moving. And one thing I really want that really hit me in the feels, and it's really how I lived my life this past school year. And I'm going to disclaim this, Melanie. I love teaching, and I'm not saying that I did a bad job teaching, because I love it and I feel like that's what I was called to do. So I don't want you to think I'm talking about this and like I didn't take care of your baby, because I love Aiden and I love teaching. But you have got to pay yourself first in your dreams. And I want you to know or actually raise your hand if you still work a 9-to-5 job. You have a regular day job and you work that and you work Scentsy. If you do that, raise your hand. Yes, don't want to be them, want to be a better you, 100%. So I want to say that. I want you to tell me if you still work a 9-to-5 or you work some type of full-time job, or even if you don't work a full-time job, if you're a mom, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a work-at-home mom, like, tell me that, because I got to tell you something. And we all love our children. And most of us like our 9-to-5, or we started our 9-to-5 because we liked it or whatever. Most of us do that, right? Or even if it's not a 9-to-5, you have like a full-time gig or whatever. And if you're a mom, that's a 24-hour job, okay? So you have got to pay yourself in your dreams first. And the reason why I did that disclaimer about teaching is because as a teacher or as a nurse, or like Liz is literally super mom, stay-at-home moms, like you guys have the hardest jobs. But stop killing yourself in your 9-to-5 and not work for your dreams. Stop killing yourself at your full-time job and not working on your own dreams. Yes, Melanie, she said, I'm tired of worrying about somebody else handing me my paycheck, how much I'm going to make, a radio telling me where to go and what to do. Yes, as a teacher, guys, I killed myself for flipping years trying to do everything perfect, trying to never have anything on my to-do list, trying to do everything I could for everybody but myself. I was staying at school till 5 o'clock and getting there at 6:30 and killing and still going home and doing things. And I had to stop. Because guys, your 9-to-5 is going to go on tomorrow if you're sick. Your 9-to-5 is going to go on tomorrow if you quit. And I had to really take a look at my life and know that. If I sit back and don't pursue my dreams, my life is still going on. If I don't work my business, then I'm letting my business die. But if I go and work my ass off as a teacher and never work on my dreams, I'm never going to be financially free. And I'm never going to get where I want to go, because I'm just going to be honest, that teaching job is not going to pay me what Scentsy can pay me. And I was killing myself saying that I didn't have time to work my business because of my full-time job. But you know what I do now, guys? I get what the heck I can get done at school, and until about 3:45, 4 o'clock, and then I'm not working on school stuff anymore. I'm not working on my teaching job on the weekend, not because I don't care about my students and not because I don't care about my kids, because I love my kids. And I hope that Melanie can say that she knows that, because she had a kid in my class, and there's numerous other people that I've taught their children. I love my kids, and I love my kids hard, and I'm ride or die for them. But at the end of the day, I have to be more ride or die for myself, or I'm never going to be able to live. And you don't want to look back on your life and regret you working yourself to death in your 9-to-5 and not working on your dream life. Because Scentsy can give you your dream life, and you are going to get what you put in. As much as I love teaching, the money aspect, I do get what I put in when it comes to loving my children and teaching them and having a relationship. I 100% get what I put in. But monetarily wise, I started Scentsy because I couldn't afford to live on my teaching salary. So I need to get my shit together and realize that I have got to work my Scentsy business to get myself out of that. So stop killing yourself at your 9-to-5 and not work on your own dreams. We're all tired. But cut it off and work on your own dreams, because otherwise you are working your life away for someone else's goal. You are working your life away for someone else's goal. If you don't want to quit your job with Scentsy, That's fine. But you are not going to get where you want to be by giving everything to your 9-to-5 and not giving anything to yourself. And I did it, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. And I am not giving you permission to go do a shitty job at your regular job, because I don't do a shitty job. But I stopped trying to be perfect. And I stopped taking on the extra things so that I could focus on me. Yes, Amber, literally, and I'm going to tell you guys this because I feel safe enough to tell you that. Yes, Melanie, realistically, yeah, half of my income's daycare too. I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. And Amber said that about when your kids are sick and you have to take off work. Well, luckily I'm a teacher and they can't just fire me, because there's just like a lot of laws where they can't just fire me for my kids being sick. But I'm going to tell you what right now, guys, my paycheck was $1,000 less this month from teaching because I had no leave. Because I had maternity leave that I had to take. We don't get any paid maternity leave. We only get the leave that we accrue. Well, you don't accrue that much leave, right? I had to have hernia surgery this past year. My kid, Marley, if you've been following me at all, Marley has been so sick. Mason has gotten sick. My husband works a job that he cannot just call out of either. So my paycheck this month for teaching was $1,000 less. If I didn't have Scentsy, I would not have been able to pay my bills this month. Real life. And I've been doing Scentsy for this long. I wouldn't be able to do that. So remember that, okay? The last couple things I'm going to talk about, because I feel like I've been on here forever. I love that there's zero competition. If you are competing with someone, you need to stop doing that, because or getting jealous over it, because we are all here to rise and we're all here to help each other. You cannot have every Scentsy customer or every Scentsy teammate in the entire world, or you are not going to be able to serve them well. I'm not saying that you don't need to be recruiting and doing all the things, but don't get mad because someone else is recruiting and you're not. Ask yourself what you need to do to change that, okay? Grow through what you go through. Grow through it. All the trauma that I went through, all the things that I've went through with this business and how things have changed or whatever, I'm growing through it. I'm not getting mad and quitting. I'm learning what I did wrong, and I'm growing through it. And Melanie, don't apologize for talking so much. I love when people interact with me. I hate talking to myself. Nothing in this business is just going to fall into your lap. It's not going to fall into your lap. The reason why people are successful in this business is because we put our head down and we get to work. We put our head down and we get to work regardless of our circumstances and what's going on. Stop scrolling on Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever. Stop scrolling and start doing. That's one of our biggest time wasters, because we're scrolling on our phones instead of getting up and doing the work. Put it down, stop scrolling, get to work. Be a good human. You can be a good human. It's a choice to be a good human, right? It's a choice. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is something that I feel like I struggled with for a long time. I'm moving again back to where I was because I'm about to get off here. I struggled with this. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is going to like you, and that's going to be okay. I bet there are people on this Build It Big page who don't like me, right? I bet there are people who I am too much for, right? Some people can't handle the like keep it real kind of people, right? I'm going to be too much for some people. I'm going to be not enough for others. And I am going to be just right for some. And guess what, guys? That is freaking okay. It does not matter who likes you and who doesn't. They do not get to hold value. And that is one of the biggest self-confidence things that I have gained over the last couple of years since I joined Scentsy. Because I wasn't this outspoken before Scentsy. I was a quiet little mouse that thought all these things that didn't have the courage to say them. But I'm not that person anymore. And people have learned that they can't walk all over me the way that they used to. Not everybody is going to like you, and that's okay. That's okay. There are going to be mofos in the background chugging that haterade because you're working Scentsy. And because you're doing something with your life. And because you are doing all the things. They will be chugging that haterade, peeps. And guess what? I can chug it just as hard, but I'm going to smile at you, and I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to wave, and I'm going to be a good human. I wasn't a good human for a very long time. I wasn't. But damn it, I'm a good human now. But if you don't like me, that's on you. Because I truly do not care whether someone likes me or not, because I know that I'm being me. I know that I'm being me, and I am doing the things that I need to do for my life. So let them chug that haterade. Do you. Don't worry about it if people don't like you, as long as you know you're being a good human. I'm not saying go and be a you-know-what to people. That's not it. But be you, and be unapologetically you. Okay? And absolutely, you can hug me at reunion. Like, I want to hug all the people. I love being at reunion and meeting people. Like, I love it. Don't hate me if I don't remember your face from Facebook, because I'm super, super bad at that. But yes, absolutely. If you see me at reunion, please come talk to me. If you see me at Marco Island, please come talk to me. I want to meet y'all. I really, really genuinely do. And I look like a big bitch because I have resting bitch face for like life. I'm sorry, that's just what my face looks like when I'm resting, and I try to fix it. My friends will tell me, Chastity, fix your face. And I don't even like realize that's what I'm being like, but please come talk to me. I promise I will be so sweet to you. I am a nice person. I am, even though I look like I'm not. I'm a good human. Okay? So anyway, don't be a negative Nancy. Hate me, love me. Yep. And I just love you guys. Just know that you can. There's room for everyone at the top. And it's time to go, y'all. It is time to go, to rise, finish out this month strong, and just get out of your own way. Put your head down and get to work. Love y'all. Mean it.